We are going to Arizona next Tuesday. Yes, I am so excited. My father, who is a Vietnam vet and is in a wheelchair, has had multiple strokes due to Agent Orange. His wife is going out of town for a couple of weeks, and I am going out there to take care of him. Now, I have given much thought about homeschooling and what I'm going to do during those 13 days that I'm out there. And I was talking to my dad about it, and my dad said, there's so much great things out here to learn that let him just have a life experience as his homeschooling. I really love this idea. And that is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to make Tavin do any homeschool work. We are really just going to learn about the area as we go, and when we venture out into Arizona, we're going to be going to the Grand Canyon one day, which I'm really excited about because I've never seen it. And I am really excited that the first time that I'm going to the Grand Canyon is going to be with Tavin. And we are learning so much about the Grand Canyon right now in Is Genesis History. If you haven't seen that on Netflix, I highly recommend that you watch it. Whether you're an atheist or not, it's a really superb program. As I told you, we always learn both sides. We learn evolution, and we also learn creation. We also are learning about other creation myths as well. However, I don't feel like Genesis is a myth. And science is finally starting to prove this, which is so exciting for us because a lot of the proof is in the Grand Canyon. So we're going to go see this, and my father keeps telling me there's some churches on the grounds of the Grand Canyon. And the reason why is that people are so awestruck by the Grand Canyon that they find God there. Oh, I just think that's so exciting that this place that people think that proves evolution is where people find God. That is just exciting for me, and I am really looking forward to experience what so many people throughout hundreds of years have gone to the Grand Canyon and experienced. This is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience for me. And while I'm out there, my father's really excited. He's been to the Grand Canyon several times, but this time he's going to be with two people who have never been there, and his daughter and his grandson. So he is really, really excited about this trip with us as well. He's about 5 hours away from the Grand Canyon, so he's been talking about taking the Grand Canyon Railway, and that sounds like a lot of fun, but I'm not sure if we'll be able to afford to do that. But either way, we're still going to make the trip. We really feel, my dad just really feels it's important that we go. He doesn't care that it's 5 hours in the car for him and for us. He just really feels it's important that we make our way out there since we're so close. And I am in agreement. I keep saying, because my dad, he has a hard time traveling and things like that, that I said, Dad, I really don't want to force this on you and make you go out to the Grand Canyon. And he says, I don't care how much pain I'm in, I want to go with you to the Grand Canyon. So I'm really excited about this because, like I said, we're learning so much about the Grand Canyon right now in our homeschooling studies, and learning about Genesis and creation and the flood, and learning that it is part of our history, whether evolutionists or atheists want to disagree with it. They are finding out more and more evidence that proves to the Bible, the biblical account of the flood. A lot of people want to continue debating this and arguing that it never happened, but yet scientists, even atheist scientists, are now saying, yeah, we're starting to see that there had to have been a pretty major flood, the way that the fossils are layered on top of one another. So I highly recommend that you homeschooling parents watch Is Genesis History on Netflix. It is absolutely brilliant and lovely and really, awe-inspiring because they do a lot of it in the Grand Canyon. So, and then for us to be able to go there and see this is going to be really, really fantastic. So I'm excited about that. We're also going to go to Sedona. We're going to watch the mountains change colors. I mean, this idea is just fascinating to me. I love the creation of God. And if you're a secularist homeschooler, please do not be offended by what I'm saying, because this is just, what our belief system is. And I love nature. I don't know if you can hear the birds chirping out. We have the windows open, and I love bird watching. I love to go for nature hikes. When I lived in Tennessee, I went hiking in the mountains a lot. I loved it so much. I just love the peacefulness. It just feels like the presence of God is with you. So this whole Arizona experience is going to be completely different for me this time around. Every time I go there, I am awestruck by the beauty that I am surrounded by, and the sunsets and the sunrises and the palm trees and the mountains. They really do fascinate me. But this time I'm taking Tavin with me, and we're learning about Arizona right now. So as I'm learning about Arizona, because we're so ingrained in Arizona right now in our homeschooling studies, that it's going to be a different experience for me. As I told you, we're being self-taught as we educate our children, and I am learning as we go along too. Some things I forgot in grade school. I told you I'm almost 50 years old, so a lot of that information, which was just facts and numbers and things like that we were memorizing, you really never got to dig deep. You never got to spend time really learning about things and being able to remember them. I only remember fun things that was taught to me, like the word Kenosha, where we live. Our first grade teacher taught it as Kenosha. So she taught in a really fun way that I remember that from first grade, and I'm almost 50 years old. So as I'm learning about Arizona, and we're learning it in such a fun, unique way, that the last few times that I've went out there, I didn't know a whole lot about Arizona because I really never studied it. I'd never studied it before. So this is a great experience for us. And we knew we were going out there, so we had planned our homeschool around this trip, that we were going to be learning a lot about Arizona and really digging deep into the Grand Canyon and Genesis and the flood. So we've been spending a lot of time just studying these things and learning about the things that we're going to go experience firsthand. So I'm really just wanted to share that with you, how excited we are about going to Arizona and how different it's going to be as a learning experience, and that Tavin is going to be doing life experience homeschooling rather than book homeschooling and computer homeschooling. We're not taking any of our school books with us. We are going to just have a good time learning and experiencing the things that we have been learning. So if you're planning a trip somewhere, why not make that part of your homeschooling curriculum before you go? So that when you go there, you know a lot about what you're going to be visiting or viewing or experiencing, and you'll have those aha moments like, oh, that's what the book was talking about. Oh, I remember this from that video that we watched, or oh my gosh, this is what that person was saying in that video or in that book. And what's really funny is Tavin is getting to know all the state symbols, and we did on the phone with my father, we did a game show little thing about the state symbols of Arizona, and Tavin was wiping the table with my dad. It was really fun, but my dad got a kick out of it because he loves the game show network, and so I thought it would be fun to do like a little game on the phone between him and Tavin. So it was just a really neat experience for me to have my father and Tavin doing this together and learning together. So I'm really excited. I'm sorry, I'm getting teared up because my father has gone through so much, and he still is. He's losing his sight, and he has to have some operations done, and it's just hard to watch your parents deteriorate like that. And I'm just so blessed and so grateful that I'm having the opportunity to go out there and see him and spend some real quality time with him. And I know he's looking forward to that with me and Tavin as well. We don't get to see him very often because it's hard for him to travel. The last time he saw Tavin was, I think, 4. So it was 4 years ago. And my dad, who's in a wheelchair, is just amazing. I mean, he's just got an amazing spirit that, he's in a wheelchair, and Tavin had this big red ball, and he was playing ball with my dad, and my dad was in this wheelchair just following the ball and trying to kick it with his good foot to Tavin and throwing it at Tavin. And, I don't know many people. I know, some elderly people who just say, I can't play. I'm too old. And here's my father, who is elderly and in a wheelchair and paralyzed and doing everything that he can to play with his grandson, to have this memorable moment together. And my dad is going to fight through everything that he is feeling in order for Tavin and I to have a really good experience together as a family in Arizona. So this is not only going to be a really good bonding experience for my son and my father, but it's going to be a great learning experience for all of us as a family. So we're really looking forward to Arizona, and I'm sure that I will be doing some of my video blogs out there as well, just so you can experience Arizona with us if you've never been there. Okay, so today is Thursday, September 28th. Have a great homeschooling day, and God bless you all.